Hello, Kevoland. I'm meteorologist Brian Karstens. Update on your weather today. Sioux Falls, partly cloudy, close to 80, that northwest wind, and we're going to watch southwest Minnesota. A couple of isolated showers and thunder showers are still expected. Aberdeen, 77. Pierre, Rapid City, a little warmer. Western and central South Dakota with middle to upper 80s. A full look at your weekend forecast headed your way next as we begin Midday in Kevoland right now.
Live from Kevoland Media Group, Midday in Kevoland.
A presidential disaster declaration following flooding earlier this year. What it means for more than 24 counties coming up. Plus,
Vice President Kamala Harris outlines her economic plans on the campaign trail. I'm Natalie Brand with a look at what she's proposing and reaction from former President Trump.
good afternoon and thanks for having us in. Another group of South Dakota National Guardsmen will be headed to the southern border this fall. It will be the 8th detachment to make the trip to Texas. In her weekly column, South Dakota Governor Noem said this latest group will continue to work on building a border wall between the United States and Mexico. Also new this midday, we now know the names of the 2 women believed to have drowned on Lake Henry earlier this month. The women have been identified as 65-year-old Kelly Harris of Buffalo, Wyoming, and 66-year-old Lee Davis of Scottsdale, Arizona. According to the Kingsbury County Sheriff's Office, the autopsy results will not be shared with the public. Authorities believe the women were on personal flotation devices when the wind picked up and they were overcome by waves. The body of a South Dakota native who died in a crash last week in Colorado arrived in Rapid City to a hero's welcome. Rapid City police helped escort the casket of Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Anderson last night. He'll be laid to rest today at Black Hills National Cemetery. Anderson was serving at Buckley Space Force Base. Anderson was born at Ellsworth Air Force Base and played football for SDSU, where he helped bring home the Dakota marker from NDSU during his final game in 2007. His former teammates with the Jackrabbit Former Player Association have been raising money in his honor. 25 South Dakota counties will receive federal help repairing the damage left behind by this summer's record flooding. Plus, home and business owners in 4 South Dakota counties will also be receiving help from FEMA. Those counties include Lincoln, Turner, Davison, and Union. Officials are still working out the details and will be announcing recovery center dates and locations soon. We're working on gathering additional information. We'll take you to one of the counties that was hardest hit later tonight on Kevoland News. Pivoting to weather, looks like a pretty pleasant weekend ahead of us, Brian.
Yes, I would say so. Most folks will enjoy it. A couple of things here and there to track. One story we've been following during the morning are some showers in the far northeast and some clouds. You can definitely see that on our Aberdeen live camera. We were actually seeing rain showers as early as 4 this morning. 72 now at midday, and the wind is out of the north, and it sure is coming in here, 15 to 30. We're noticing those wind gusts a little higher. Now, let's scan into southwest Minnesota. Right now, as of midday, we don't have a lot here, but that doesn't mean that it's going to stay that way. There easily could be a couple of cells that pop up. Brookings, Madison, Pipestone, include all those areas. It's not a high probability of rain, but it is there, and we definitely want to acknowledge that. Sioux Falls, it's a little lesser chance at this point. We are up, though, on the temperatures, 78 in Sioux Falls, but notice Brookings with the clouds, 69 and 68 degrees in Watertown. So we're definitely hitting some resistance on those numbers there. We anticipated that would be the trend in that direction. And then in western South Dakota, we're up to 83 now in Rapid City. We should make the upper 80s this afternoon. There's a look at the sustained wind now at 23 in Spencer, Iowa, 19 miles an hour in Sioux Falls, gusting a little higher. So that's definitely out there. So far, the rain this morning, 1,300ths at Watertown. Sisseton, you've had almost 0.2 of an inch. So, some of the showers have had a little moisture there, certainly, but nothing heavy, and I don't think we're going to deal with that today. 80 Sioux Falls, 77 in Aberdeen. I think most of these rain chances will pop up east of those 2 locations. Meanwhile, Pierre at 84 and Rapid City 88. We'll take a closer look at the weekend forecast coming up, Dan, in a few minutes.
Thank you, Brian. People who travel through the Cathedral Historic District in Sioux Falls may notice a major renovation of an old home. After about a year of construction, the house at the corner of Prairie and 10th is ready for renters.
The house itself is probably close to 140 years old, and so the structure really hasn't had a whole lot of maintenance, I would say, in maybe 50 years. So we really had a lot of pulling it apart before we could put it back together.
We'll show you the before and after this historic house in tonight's Eye on KELOLAND at 10. Over the past few days, we've been focusing in on homelessness issues in the greater Sioux Falls area. However, Sioux Falls is far from the only city looking for solutions. As city leaders in Des Moines consider legal changes, community members are looking at what can be done to help. Kayla James reports.
Within DMAC Urban Campus's Student Center Wednesday night was a room packed with Des Moines residents.
We're not here to bash City Council because ultimately we need to advocate with them.
Monica Ovcharsky, one of the Riverbend neighborhood residents who organized the town hall, focused on the ordinances moving through City Council meetings.
We just feel like the community has a right to know what this will do and what the implications would be for people.
A June U.S. Supreme Court decision makes it easier for cities to remove homeless camps and people who sleep in public spaces. The city's ordinances would reduce the notification period for clearing homeless camps from 10 days to 24 hours. It also introduces a possible $50 fine for violators.
The goal here is to make sure that we leave here with a working opportunity to take back to City Council.
Rob Johnson, a candidate running for House District 34, moderated the town hall where people shared concerns.
How do you serve notice to someone?
So can they call a police officer and say, I need a ride to a shelter?
The city's proposed ordinances include initiatives looking at ways to provide homeless people with temporary storage for their belongings and better transportation. The city has also mentioned looking at increasing affordable public housing.
The priority problem is we can't afford affordable housing, but we can send tax credits to build condos in these villages.
Organizers say they invited city council members Wednesday night who were not in attendance, the city says, due to prior engagements. Other county leaders and community advocates were in attendance, like people who work with the city's homeless population, and they came with thoughts.
Where are they getting a ride to? Because we don't have them. We have no beds.
People ended the night in groups, writing down suggestions to be taken to a future city council meeting.
There are cities in our country who are tackling homelessness with proven solutions, housing first solutions. Punitive and carceral things like a $50 fine if you're caught sleeping outside and a misdemeanor charge create more barriers to housing.
In Des Moines, Kayla James, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
Still to come, we're going to take